Okay, so this has just this minute arrived, and I've been waiting all day for this actually. It's come in the afternoon, but never mind. It came very promptly. I ordered this item on Saturday the 17th, and I got an email Monday morning, the 19th, saying that it had been dispatched. I got another one this morning, the 20th, said it was arriving today. Now originally, when I ordered it, it said it will come Christmas Eve, the 24th. Then when they dispatched it, they said Friday, the 23rd. And the email this morning, which I received today, Tuesday 20th, said it was coming today, but they never said when, of course. And it had to come from Preston to Blackpool, so it's taken all day virtually. And, well, here it is. Now it's come in a very thin piece of cardboard. The driver handed it to me personally. And just pause a moment because I need two hands. So here we are. I've managed to get it open. And well, there appears to be something a bit dark inside there, so let's take it out and get rid of that. What have we got here? Well, we've got this tiny little thing, and hopefully you can read the label. NooElec NESDR SMArt, a premium Rtl-sdr aluminum enclosure, 0.5 parts per million TCXO, SMA input, Rtl-2832U, and well, the rest of it's a mystery. Well, I'll just snap the little thing open, pour it carefully out onto my plastic tray, come out, there we go. So it's actually an Rtl-sdr, and when I first saw this on the internet I thought, well, that's a good idea, and you'll see why in a moment. Just pause again. So there's a plastic cap on this end, there's a plastic cap on the other end. Let's see the reason I chose this. There's a little white thing in a USB connector. There's just two of them on this little laptop. They're on the back and they're right next to each other, which is typical, of course. Now, I don't want to drop anything. Look at that, voila. So what first attracted me to this little unit was it will fit in a tiny space. So NESDR SMArt, and it's next to the little dongle thingy for the cordless mouse. Right, so I've picked up another laptop and stuck in the little dongle for the Wi-Fi mouse. This is my main laptop, a more powerful one, but less practical for carrying around. There we go. So this has got a Core i5. Let's just get rid of this tray. So I've put the little white thingy in, and and it fits in easier this time. Look at that. Sorry about the reflection. So that was the main purpose of getting this particular model. Okay, now I'll probably look a bit like the wild man of the woods with this this beard here. So there are a couple of what we call premium Rtl-sdrs on the market. This one came out about 6 months ago, I think, the NooElec NESDR SMArt. There's also an Rtl-sdr.com version 3, which is a similar sort of thing but a lot chunkier. And there's a newer one that's coming onto the market now called a Thumbnet N3. They're basically Rtl-sdrs which have been sort of redesigned from scratch. So they're not actually TV dongles anymore. It doesn't actually say that on the unit that it's a TV dongle, because it basically isn't. It didn't come with any software. As you saw, it was in a tiny little bag, which is this one. It didn't come with any aerials, because that's the one I chose. There was one with some aerials, but to be quite honest, these little telescopic things that come with these devices are absolutely useless unless you live right next to a transmitter. Then of course you'll get overload problems. So as a bit of background, I've already got a lot of SDRs. You'll see in a moment some of them. In fact, let's do that now. Well, I think these are all the Rtl-sdr devices I've got. Starting on the left here, this is a Yusu. I don't know if it says on it. No. Now, this is actually a similar sort of thing to the SMArt, which is this one. But this is in a bigger box. It's got separate inputs for UHF, VHF, and a separate one for HF. And this one does basically the same as that one, except it's a bit more fiddly. Because this one does HF bands and medium wave and long wave by something called direct sampling. But to be honest, it's not really very good. This one does basically the same. It's a bit more fiddly because you've got to take it apart and jam a wire in a little hole. So I don't think we'll be bothering with that, because I'll just use it for VHF and maybe UHF. Because I've got other options, as you'll see in a minute, for the HF and long wave and medium wave. Now, this is the same company as that one, NooElec. This is in fact a precursor for this one. And zoom in a bit. It's got the R820T2 tuner, but it doesn't have the stable TXCO. Is that the right way around? No. TCXO. Get it right. I was a bit premature buying this. I should have taken my time. I bought this about a year ago, but for a couple of quid more I could have got the one with the temperature controlled crystal oscillator. But this is the latest incarnation of this one. There's one in between that's missing. Now this thing here, Climax Digital, is another Rtl-sdr which was made in China for a British company, and it's got the famed E4000 tuner, which is not brilliant, to be honest. This is a generic no-name Chinese cheapie. I think it was about £6 including delivery, and it's got the R820T tuner, which is the same as this one here. And finally at the end we've got Old Faithful, the Noxon dab stick, which was the first Rtl-sdr I bought back in 2012, and this was the second one I bought. Now this one cost back then something like £25. This one costs £15, and I can't remember if there's any delivery charges on top of that. So this one I think was £6 or £7. This one I just bought was £21, including delivery and VAT and everything. And this one was about £19. This one was £39. So it's brought the cost of these two put together. So obviously I've had this a while and the little plastic lugs broke, that's why it's got cable ties on. Okay, now you'll see down at the bottom a couple of different SDRs. Top row here, these are all Rtl-2832U devices. These two aren't. This is the famous FunQ Dongle Pro Plus, which is a proper SDR, and this one is the SDR Play model RSP1. There's a model RSP2 which came out recently, but this is the RSP1. A reviewer on the internet said his plastic box was flexible and made from recycled toothbrushes. Well, this one is a bit more solid than that, so probably I got a genuine one. So this is in a plastic box as well. Both of these are more sophisticated devices with filtering. Now they both use the same chipset. It's not the RTL chipset, it's the Mirix. They've got a Mirix chipset and a Mirix tuner. These two things here, and they're both made in England. That's made in the USA / Canada, it doesn't specify. All the rest are made in China. And these two are made in England, and that cost 10 times the price of that. And that was a bit cheaper, but it's still a lot more. So what we're going to do, we're going to test some of these things and see how these cheap devices here compare. I'm hoping that this one, as it's in an aluminium box, will do quite well, but let's wait and see. I'll list the specs of this one in the video. I'm going to edit together a proper video. Keep fluffing my lines here as I get a new script writer. So I'll see you on the flip side with an edited video with some testing. Bye.